In this episode of Living Good with Dom, we talk about the wealth consciousness principles that will allow you to understand your core beliefs around money and how those core beliefs may be impacting your perceptions around money and how those perceptions may be dictating actions that are not conducive to your wealth, to your financial stability, or for your career as an entrepreneur or somebody who's trying to get their life together. So stay tuned. I think you'll really enjoy this. Have turned my life from being somebody who always was going without to somebody who now has. And now in this journey, I'm just learning how to keep maintaining the growth. You feel me? So tap in, subscribe, share this if you got anybody who's dealing with the hurdles of the mindset around money. And remember this, anything you go through physically, first start it internally.
This is my message to you. Your energy is infinite. Your energy.
Money problems don't start with money problems. What's up? It's Dominic Malone and welcome to Living Good, the podcast. This is where we help you go from living just aight to living good. This title right here, this is going to be a good episode. Money problems don't start with money problems. I say that because a lot of times we think that money is not available to us, or that we can't access it when we need it, or when we want it, or the age-old saying, money don't grow on trees. But I kind of want to show you that it does, though. And the tree is your brain. So let's talk about that, right? So before we get started, you'll be thinking like, how did we get on this topic of living good? Because I want you to be able to create the things you need to live good. So we got to talk about money too, right? For the last 3 or 4 years, I've been living in a state of like financial abundance. It hasn't always been that way. I definitely had a scarcity mindset when it came to money, for sure, 100%. Before this, I even had like a hater mindset when it came to money. I would see folks that had like things that I wanted and be like, you have to do something foul to get that. But the truth of the matter is, I just didn't know how to access a part of myself that understood what money was. And once I understood what money was and how it was developed, or why it was developed, then I began to be able to create it. So let's start. I want you to do an exercise for me. I got this from a brother named Julian Gordon. He wrote a book called Rich and Righteous. It's an amazing book, man. It's an amazing book. It's right here on the desk. Rich and Righteous. If you haven't got it, read it, this changed my financial understanding. It helped me get to the mindset where I understood what was going on. So let's play a game. You can play this game in the car, at home, walking down the street, wherever you are in the office, right? Are you ready? If you're ready, say I'm ready. All right, cool. I want you to look around your environment right now, like the environment you are literally in this moment in time and space. Next instruction. How many things in your current environment were ideas before they were products or services that somebody purchased? I'm looking at a book. I'm looking at a telephone. I'm looking at a sage bundle. I'm looking at a lighter. I'm looking at a cup that says Dad, established 2023. I'm looking at a mirror. I'm looking at a beanbag chair. I'm looking at a garage. Everything in my environment was somebody's idea before it was something that somebody purchased. It makes me wonder, is the idea important Or is chasing the money important? Or is the idea and its execution the access to the money? What do you think? I'll tell you right now. Anytime you can create or execute an idea, this is the knowledge part. Anytime you can execute an idea that adds value to somebody's existence, you can then exchange that for dollars. Because all money is a instrument, a thing that helps people exchange value between one another. Nobody's really chasing the dollar. You're chasing what the dollar can help you get. And if you can create infinite amount of ideas that help people out, they will exchange their money for the valuable thing you created. I think y'all feel me. If all things in your environment are created because there was an idea that somebody executed and then turned into a product, that person literally created value and then somebody gave them money for it. So they literally created the opportunity to get money by making something of value. My question to you is, how many valuable things can you create? Is there a limit to that? What are you good at? That doesn't even matter, because the real question is, what do people need? What gaps do you see that need to be filled? And do you have the self-confidence and the discipline and the mental fortitude to make your ideas go from a concept to something that somebody can exchange for dollars? We titled this one, we titled it because money problems don't start with money problems. They usually start with identity and self-esteem problems, where you don't think you're valuable enough or you don't think you're smart enough to ask for the raise. You don't think you're smart enough or valuable enough to actually put that idea out to the market so somebody could buy it. You don't actually have the confidence to promote the thing you already made. If it creates value for somebody in this human life, we exchange money for value. So if you can create value, you can create dollars. So your money problems aren't just money problems. They're usually internal issues that you have to first recognize and handle. The self-work part of this podcast is where we give you instructions for how to live good. So in order for you to solve these money issues, you have to first think about, what are my beliefs around money? Because your reality will never be in opposition of your beliefs. If you believe that you can't do it, then you won't do it. If you believe it's not there, then it's not there. So think about what you believe about money. Take an accountability of that. Ask yourself about what you believe about your ability to create and bring something to people that's valuable. If you can assess those two things, what you believe about money, what you believe about your ability to create something and finish it and put it in front of somebody, if you can figure out what your underlying program are for those two areas of your life, you can understand where your gaps are. The moment I began to fill those gaps with affirming things like, yo, I will be a multimillionaire. I do have the ability to create value and give it to people. People love my products. The moment I start brainwashing myself with positive things around money is the moment I started actually executing my ideas. This podcast for me is an idea I'm executing to bring value to people. Now I have to just believe in myself, in my divine plan enough to follow through with it so I can reach the point where it's valuable to people. You understand? All right, so in this episode of Living Good, my main point is to show you that the thing that you are chasing should not be money. You should be chasing execution of your ideas. If you can't execute your ideas and then put them in front of people, you should be asking yourself, why not? Why is it hard for me to have a brilliant idea that I know is really good, but I can't finish it? Our last episode, we talked about self-accountability. This is where you become accountable for your own life and say, I know I have the ability to live the way I want to, but I gotta figure out why I'm not able to complete things. All right? So you have a complete ability to turn your ideas into an ATM. Think about the greats. Some of the greatest entrepreneurs in front of us, let's say like right now, the Elon Musk and of those class of entrepreneurs, they just put out ideas. SpaceX, Tesla, PayPal. They just spewing ideas until they land on something that we all want. All right, so I hope you find the confidence to put your ideas out. I hope you understand that at your core, you are a creative being. And no matter what you're doing, you are creating your life. Whether it's a life that you want to live or a life you don't want to live. So if your default setting is to create, then you might as well create something that you enjoy and it can bring value to people. And those people will exchange the value you give to them for something that you want to. All right. I hope you're living good. I hope this helps you live better. And y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Make sure you share this with your homies. You truly have the ability to create value, and that value can be exchanged for dollars. Peace.